Hotel Kilo, you landing into
Well below approach only. To go. Feet to go. $1,800. 17. Going missed. Going missed. But you notice you totally drifted out of the localizer at the end. We started to pick up a crosswind down low. And also notice how your heading actually drifted a little bit to the right then. So be sure if the localizer drifts left, then you do another quick roll in, roll out. You know, it kind of kept wandering and wandering. And your target tolerance is a quarter scale. That's just outside the donut. And the half scale is a hard flunk. Okay, straight ahead 2500. If the localizer is full scale left, you want to be a little left to the arrowhead. Yeah. Do I just keep flying it outbound, or do I just fly the heading? Well, you know, our heading kind of wandered at the end. When you transition into the mist, your heading turned a little bit to the right. Yeah. 3200. And again, we'll do the hold at 35, so if somebody else is doing the approach. Okay. Yep. So the last 100 feet or so, you really started drifting off the localizer. About 200 feet above minimus, you started drifting, and you were concentrating so hard on altitude and glide slope, you didn't compensate for that anymore. So that would have been right on the limit of being disqualifying. Just come back to the tail. Just do a 180 initially and then come out of suspend. Because, see, you're not intercepting the localizer. It's different than the VOR approaches. Just do a 180 and then come out of suspend.
Mike's turning left station.
And then after that you would make a minuscule additional heading change if necessary. In this case you don't need to. And you definitely saw how you had to make the little power adjustment on the ILS. And then after that, then you got to be careful that you don't sink below. But you know, glide slope and pitch looked really good, just don't let that localizer drift on you. See, what's the surface wind? The surface wind? It was 130 at 7. So that would imply that you'd need a little bit of a easterly crab. And Apache 6 Detector is clear for the ILS 17 at Newton. Maintain 3,500 to establish on the final until a published segment of the approach. Okay, clear for the ILS runway 17. Maintain 3,500 till established. Apache 76 Hotel Kilo.
Newton traffic system 109 901 Mike's turning left base, runway 17.
Come to activate approach, enter. This way you're activating exactly what you had done the previous time. That's it. Because if you activate vectors to final, then it gets confusing with halves, because that does not include a procedure turn.
Okay.
Newton traffic, Cessna 1091 Mike's turning final, runway 17.
Don't even look at the GPS, look at the localizer. Come a little to the right. See how you're joining the localizer right here? So come a little more to the right and track it till you get to halves. And then when you get to halves, you stop crabbing.
Okay, I'm going to do the 5-2s when I cross over halves.
Newton traffic, Cessna 1091 Mike's, runway 17, Newton.
Okay, parallel the outbound course, turn. Time. Twist. 174.
Yeah, read it out loud.
111.7, check. 174.
And see on the twist, it wouldn't be a bad idea to actually start here. 111.7 check, 174 check, 174, you know?
Okay. Time, twist, throttle inbound. We can come down to 3200. That'll be a step down 15.
The GPS anticipates that fish hook, but that's totally irrelevant. It's much easier to go outbound for a while, get all your ducks in a row, and then swing it around, reduces workload. I once had a student refer to that as constructive laziness. Only do what you have to do. But obviously not missing anything.
901 Mike, taxiing from runway 17 via Charlie to hangars.
There's 30. Alright, turn time to throttle talk.
Just call it procedure turn outbound ILS.
New traffic, patch 76 Hotel Kilo, procedure turn outbound ILS, runway 17.
Because if you were to call it halves outbound, that's kind of a lie, because
Yeah.
you're not anywhere near halves anymore.
Okay,
Traffic, Cessna 1091 Mike, clear the active
I
runway.
don't think that thing reset. So I'm going to have to go off of just what I have here.
Round we
And
go.
Here we go. Right turn.
Yeah, what happens when you want to clear the clock, be sure you hold the switch down for a whole second or it doesn't clear. How's that work at Fort Huachuca with the restricted areas? Is that only intermittently active and you're usually able to get approaches in? Or?
Only when the tower is active in use will the restricted area be active, and then it's very easy to get approaches and any type of traffic. The only time it's a problem is if they're flying the UASs and you're trying to do pattern work. They won't allow that. Okay, turn, time, don't need the time.
If you don't need the time, you could actually clear it out.
And track, okay. Okay, right now the winds are doing nothing up here. The ground speed is nothing. So the wind should be coming from that direction when we get down.
You see how you've got his hair of a cross grab there. And again, once you inbound the talk part, tell him you're on a 6-mile final ILS. That would be the last of the T's. I always like to make one call before the final approach fix and another one after.
Okay. So you want me to make it now before I get there?
Yeah, like I would have done it as soon as I turned inbound.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
right now, don't anymore because you want to focus on your glide slope intercept. Do it when you're not busy having to do the next thing.
Okay. Once I get stabilized,
Yeah.
descending. Mid traffic patch 76 Hotel Kilo 5 mile final ILS 17. It will be coming down to 1730 decision height. In, out. In, out.
You can make the inputs even softer.
In, out.
And on this one, once you're 100 feet above decision height, you can probably get away with just the elevator input and not even looking at that small power reduction at the very end.
Okay.
Because just the act of looking over and adjusting it, it's so sensitive that close that that might cost you the approach.
Okay.
So in other words, if you haven't made the power reduction about 500 feet high, you're better off to just play it with the elevator, because you had it pretty steady on speed and the glide path looked pretty good there. And you can tell Newton that you're on the climb out ILS.
Air traffic 76 Hotel Kilo is on the climb out ILS 17. 2500, I'll make a left turn 3200.
Okay. And again, we'll climb to 35.
Roger.
So now come out of suspend. And then look at these two numbers. Okay? 3 to the, just before you do anything, just look, okay? Looks pretty damn close, okay? Maybe a hair to the right. In other words, I'd even make my minute heading adjustment before I twiddle that indicator.
Coming up on 3500, not going to do anything except focus on this.
This time we'll hold as published.
Current time. Twist. Throttle.
See right here, talk out loud what kind of holding entry you're going to do.
Okay, this will be a teardrop entry. It's going to be 30 degrees to the right. Go for 1 minute. I'll do my 5 T's when I cross Haars.
And see, that's the idea on a checker. Tell the examiner what you're going to do and tell me. Otherwise, I'm in suspense wondering what you're going to do. And in a two-man crew, you'd always have a dialogue going on. We're going to do this, we're going to do that.
I believe CRM is an emphasis item on the ATP.
Well, a single pilot, you don't, in everyday life, if you talk to yourself, they think you're weird. But an instrument flying at